Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back. Today we're going to put on a whole bunch of new makeup. I'm excited. I intended for this to be just a drugstore one, but Laura Mercier sent me a package, and so, but the rest of it I think is all drugstore. So if you want to see how we did this face and what I think of all this makeup, then just keep watching. We're going to put on this Urban Decay Primer Potion. It's in the Wasted and Glitzy Fritzzyville basket. We're just going to put that on because I didn't buy a new eyeshadow primer. I did purchase a new face primer, but it is not here. e.l.f. For some reason, they didn't give me that and 2 lip balms that I bought. I got the new liquid putty primer, and I really wanted to try it because I didn't like Tatcha's silk canvas in the solid, okay? But I do love it in the liquid. So I wanted to try the new one, but no. When it gets here, I'll just have to review it in a favorites or something. But oh my gosh, when I saw this on their website, I was freaking out. You know it's because of that color right there. Let us open this little palette up here. We'll try not to break a nail. Before we actually do the eyes, let's get our lips prepped. They have a new exfoliator, and it's strawberry flavored. I mean, I think it's just the same one, repackaged a different way. I've had that before, I really liked it. But this looks like it's smooth. I don't feel or... Oh, okay. You gotta get the first coat of that off there. And now I feel the exfoliating things on it. And you just go like that, okay? Scrubby, scrubby. Uh-huh. There we go. I haven't had one in a long time. And you just take the tissue and get it off. And we'll use this to hydrate our mouth. Like it's supposed to be like a balm. Look at that heart in the middle of it. While we do our makeup. And then I'll be ready for lipstick. It doesn't have a fruity taste or anything like that. But it doesn't have that awful taste. Wait, I was gonna just dig in here and use all of this, but yesterday these things came. So I got all of this from Laura Mercier. I think the Laura Mercier is what's gonna turn this into a non-drugstore. Get ready with me. I think everything else is drugstore. But they sent these to me, and I'm really curious, especially about the new eyeliners, because you know I love Laura Mercier, and you also know how much of a problem I have with people and their eyeliners not staying put. Now, I want to tell you, these are the only things I've actually touched. Everything else I've not even touched yet. And I did have eyeliners that I purchased, but we can always hold these back. I know some of you are curious, and I could just tell you because I did it yesterday. I just had to know. I took the blue one, and I went into my Tightline and my waterline, and it did stay put, but that was only for 6 hours. But 6 hours is pretty darn good, right? Come into that shade right there. I'm gonna softly put this right here in the crease. I'm a little worried about this shade because it looks chunky glittery. Is it chunky glittery? I'm gonna put it here on the back of my hand and see. That kind of looks more foiled. Let us take a baby wipe, and take it off my hand and see if there's a bunch of glitter that remains. If you just can't tell, put it on the back of your hand and then wipe it off and then look for residual glitter. And I see a few, but it's not enough to keep me from using it. But before I do that, let's just take this matte stick in, I think it's Cocoa. and put it right here and deepen up this crease. And you have to work fast with these. Now that deepens it up a little bit, but you know, I took it over the top of that powder. So it's not smoothly working like it normally would. All right, I think I'm gonna deepen that up a little bit with this shade right there. I'm gonna quickly come into my palette and get my Savior. Okay, and let's blend out the top. There isn't a shade like this in this e.l.f. palette. Okay, let's put that, let's just pack it right there. Maybe I should have got the NYX glitter glue, because as I do this now, I can see that there is some glitters in there. Unlike when I looked at it on the back of my hand, I'm now seeing it through the 10 magnification mirror, and I can tell much more about how much glitter is here. And when I say glitter, for those who've never been here before, I'm talking about any kind of loose sparkles that can fall on your face. I'm gonna get the shade right next to it. Yeah, feeling like I needed some glitter glue for that one. Okay, let's take this Mercier Midnight Blue Caviar Matte Stick, eyeshadow stick, and come out here and darken that up. Trying not to disturb that glitter that's in there. I just want to darken up here on the outside. I feel like this would go better on its own so that I could kind of just blend it in there, you know? Know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And come into this, and I'm just going to come right over the top of that midnight blue. Okay, and set it down, making it darker still. And bring that just a little bit in there. While I'm finishing out this shadow, I mean, it's not supposed to be a tutorial, right? I want to show you some more beautiful ladies and their looks using my Blessed palette, which, guess what? It's back in stock right now. I know, right? They worked really hard to get that back in stock for you guys. And as usual, if any of these lovely ladies have a professional Instagram page, I will link that below. Now we're going to get the eyeliner, and I'm going to tightline. This one is that blue, remember? I'm going to tightline and waterline with it. I don't know what this shade is. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, we might have to do some swatching. Want to swatch this palette? Let's put it right here. Come into this white shade here and pop it right there. That's real powdery, but is she bright? Yeah, she'd do the job. That's good and bright. Wish I'd have used that instead of that light blue. Now into this shade right there, and we will come underneath our eyes with it. I mean, I've already got a mess going, right? With glitter, I mean. Sparkles. I think that I want to take that white color on my finger and bring it just a little bit right there in the center to brighten that up a little. There. All right, the next thing we're going to do, because I'm starting to run out of the sample here, is I have a sample of the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, and Revolution Beauty sent this over, and for the last 3 days I have been applying this on the right side of my face and this on the left side of my face. And this is what I gotta say, they're not the same ingredients, they're not the same cream, but they do feel similar. I don't enjoy the smell of this. The feel of it is quite nice. And both of them hydrate the same, but they don't have the same ingredients. No way, no how. All right, but we're gonna take this stuff off. I maybe have 2 or 3 more days of this Charlotte Tilbury cream here. And I'm gonna put that on this side of my face and down my throat. This does have a fragrance, but it's very light. And I do enjoy the hydration from this. It's very nice. And of course, I'm not using either one long enough to tell you if it will do any other thing than hydrate my face. But both of them seem to hydrate the same. And you can see the dewiness for yourself. They hang around the same, like it doesn't like sink in and you don't have any more dewy. Okay, both of them provide that dewy. But I don't like this smell. You guys can continue watching the hydration of my face. You remember I had that mascara that I didn't like that I just bought from LYS. I took it back. I mean, I was gonna keep it and put it over the top of other mascaras, and then I thought, no, I don't want it over or under. I think it was Kristen Game who said, life's too short for a bad mascara. That's about the truth. So I went over to Sephora and I exchanged it for this from Give Beauty. I haven't not liked anything I've got from them yet. It's a bendy wand. And look at this. Okay, now we're gonna talk about that for a second. It doesn't look exactly like Benefit's. Whenever I see a wand like this, I always think about Benefit because they were the first I ever saw do this with the ball on the end of the wand. I think it's an excellent idea if you can keep yourself from poking yourself in the eye. But for people who put on mascara with the wand like that, which I do a lot, then this is perfect. This ball on the end. Now, if you put on your mascara this way, you might scrape yourself with that ball. But if you're the kind of person that coats your lashes individually, and I do, I go like this, but I ultimately will turn a wand like that, then the ball on the end helps quite a bit. This mascara was $1 more than the other one. It is going on and separating the lashes pretty good. This is a rubberized wand, but it's a harder one, even though it's got a lot of give to it like that. It is one of these wands that if you get too close to your lash line and try to pull up or whatever, you could scrape yourself in the eye with that ball. I think this is, like I said, primarily for those who do this. It is giving it some length and it is separating them nicely.
A few moments later.
I wanted to come back and show you before I put another mascara on top of this. I frequently do that. I frequently put 2 and 3 different kinds of mascara on, but I wanted you to see after putting on the mascara, and I don't know how many coats I've done, this is what it looks like all by itself. We'll talk about it more at the end, but yeah, just wanted to do that. Okay, I'm back. How's the hydration looking? They feel exactly the same. So this should have been just an e.l.f. video, right? I picked up my favorite pencil from e.l.f. is this neutral brown, and if I'm picking up e.l.f. I'm gonna get that because I'm out, and I have been for a while. We'll see if I still like that, but been on this kick, as you know, with these brow tints. And this one's called Wow Brow. I probably have tried this before.
Tried that one, tried that one, tried that one.
But I have it in neutral brown this time, which I'm finding with these kinds of products makes all the difference in the world, what shade you get. So it's the same as this pencil, which I love. This is a perfect color, I think, for me anyway. So let's look at it. Okay, tiny little brush. The one on top here is Essence, and then we have e.l.f. So e.l.f. is more fat. Kind of prefer the Essence brush, but let's not judge this product yet. We'll bring it through here and see what that's gonna do. Just right there where I have brow hair. I like this, but I think I would have liked this better if I had used it, you know, over the top of the pencil. Maybe if I'd have gone through the brow with the pencil, live and learn, and then put it on top. But here's one of these pencils, and we're gonna see whether or not I still like this pencil. I haven't used it in quite some time. Come up here and do that number. Do that, do that. Because, you know, sometimes you use other products and you find new loves, and then you come back to the thing you thought you loved and find out you don't love that no more because something took its place. So let us see if I still like this, because this is one of these fatter pencils. They're both neutral brown, but this part looks darker than that. It does seem to be having a little hold on the brow, doesn't it? Maybe if we go push a little harder. Que sera, sera. So let's move on to this. So what's this called? This is the Putty Color Correcting Eye Brightener, infused with squalene and hyaluronic acid. All right, let's see what the coverage on that is. That's decent. That's really hydrating. Come in and see what happens. Boy, look at that glitter. Sparkles. It's meant to be used with a concealer. Let me grab the Camo concealer to use today. I have 3 of them. This one's really light. I think we'll go for this one. Door number 2. Door number 2. In door number 2, we have, what shade is this? Light Ivory. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this right on top of this brightening corrector. Let's just use the concealer on this side and see if it was helped at all by that hydrating corrector. Last look on the hydration. We're not going to put on a face primer because 1, I already told you that the face primer I was going to use didn't come. But 2, I don't know if you've ever used the Charlotte's Magic Cream before, but it kind of is a moisturizer slash primer all in one. I mean, it's got a hydration level to it, but it's also sticky enough that you can use it as your primer. And that's what we're gonna do today on both sides, and you'll get to see how the makeup reacts with it. Remember, this is the Miracle Cream side, and this is the Magic Cream side. They look and feel exactly the same to me. All right, so I have the new Maybelline Foundation Super Stay 24-hour skin tint with vitamin C. I don't know why we all have to do this with the droppers. But there you go. Pretty sure I got too much, but we are going to be using a sponge which will soak up some of it. You see this amount of luminosity? A lot of you like this. I don't enjoy this much luminosity to my skin, so we're going to take the Fit Me powder from Maybelline that's in my Fritzyville basket, and we're going to use this brush to just kind of pat it down a little bit. Take the shine out of the T-zone for sure. I didn't want to have to set that concealer, but it was just way too emollient underneath there, so yeah. This side here was the one with the corrector and just the concealer over here, and I feel like I just wiped out some of that concealer. So the corrector, I think, held on to it. Okay, so the new lip product that I got is from NYX, and it is this. I wanted to try this. I wanted to try this Lingerie XXL. The one I just used from L'Oreal had this kind of a doe foot. It's real bendy. It kind of smells like a cake. Not bad. I was worried because, you know, I couldn't see the actual product, just what they colored the outside of the tube. And I always check in the drugstore to make sure the seal isn't broke. Because, you know, people tend to do that because they can't see the color. They want to see it, and they'll open it up in the drugstore. And judging by what I see at Sephora, they might be using it. I want to run over there and go, no. Let's talk about where we started, and that was here with the exfoliator. This, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, has more juiciness to it than the old exfoliator did. And when you first get it, you're going to get confused because as you're putting it on, it just seems like a lip balm, and then you get the exfoliating things. Now I'm going to come up so you can take a look and see what I'm talking about. This is how much you get. So it'll be gone relatively soon. I thought that worked very well. And then you saw me go over it with this, a hydrating lip core shine. It has a heart in the middle of it. This one is in Joyful. Here's how much product you get. Again, not very much. You'll go through it very quickly. That's the one thing about e.l.f. that I've found is you're not getting a lot of product for some things in the products that you buy. But I'm liking the products I buy. Anyway, so I used these two and enjoyed them. Don't have anything bad to say about them to prep my mouth. After that, I prepped my skin. And some of you have been anxiously waiting for me to tell you whether or not this Miracle Cream by Makeup Revolution is like the same as the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. Now, I'm not telling you that it's a dupe and that you're going to get results from either. Okay, I've never used the Charlotte's Magic Cream long enough to tell you if it has any benefits or not other than being moisturizing. But every chance I get, I pick this sample up because I don't want to buy Magic Cream. But feeling wise and looks wise, I think you probably came to the conclusion, the same as me, that if you can get over the smell of this stuff, it looks and feels exactly the same. So there you go. Take that and do with it what you want. Then we did these eyeballs with this little palette. I gotta tell you, I'm a little bit surprised. I mean, there is glitter. Sparkles. No mistake in that, okay? Glitter.
Sparkle, sparkle.
All through here, and it's all over my face just from blinking. But what surprises me is that I don't notice it outside of the 10 by. I mean, no doubt it's here. So possibly I'll be passing this palette along to my granddaughter who won't leave my daughter's makeup alone. Oh, you guys, I have to show you this picture. I realize cropped like this, it's very poor quality, but I don't want to show my granddaughter's full face on the internet. And besides, this is the area of focus. So let me tell you what she did and what she was in trouble for. She took one of her mom's eyeshadow brushes and cut it to the precise size that she deemed would be appropriate to get directly in her crease, and then took a gel pen, blew the ink out of it, and used it with said brush to define and do her brows. I think she did a really good job, and I laughed about it. That's the privilege of being a grandma, okay? In any case, this might get sent to her so that she can play with it. I don't know yet. I don't know if it's worth the repercussion of what's going to happen if I pass it along to her from my daughter, but this won't get revisited by me because the reason that I bought it was these. But I think we can't deny that the pigmentation and the look of the palette is really good. Now, you know that I also didn't just use that. So some of this in the crease and stuff is the Laura Mercier new Caviar matte sticks. And I used this one, Midnight, on the outside of my eye and then went over it with this matte black in here. I also used Cocoa in the crease. This waterline is still here. As I told you while I was doing my makeup, I did that, okay, yesterday, and it held on for a good 6 hours. And that wasn't just sitting around 6 hours. That was, I was in the yard gardening with my husband sweating 6 hours. So, way to go, Laura Mercier. Winner, 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 chicken dinner, of course. I really didn't think it was going to budge, though, to tell you the truth. I will continue to use this, all right? I don't have the regular mascara that I had in the Fritzyville box. I mean, it's gone now. So that leaves me with the Caloray for tubing and nothing for this. So I did pull this in without guilt so that we could review it and try it together. Now, I don't think that on its own it did a very good job of making my lashes bulk up at all. It does go on and help separate your lashes if you use the wand like I was telling you, all right? Nothing spectacular, nothing to write home about, but I just opened the tube. And I'm not going to judge this the first time like I did the mascara that this replaced. Okay, because it didn't do anything stupid. The mascara from LYS did something stupid, something no mascara should ever do, and that's why I took it back. I'm going to keep it in the cup and keep using it and see, because sometimes, a lot of times, mascaras get better after about a week. That's what we're gonna do here, because this is a $20 mascara, and I would like to know whether or not I'm gonna repurchase this ever again. I still like this pencil, but it doesn't match this. So that's weird because they're both neutral brown. And I thought I was going to have a problem with this brush being fatter than the one from Essence, but no, it did a good job. It's not as wet as the Essence one is, or at least not at this point. I liked it. I thought it did a really good job, but it is darker than the neutral brown in this pencil. I feel like this is a really good pencil for somebody like me who just needs to go like that in the front of their brow a little bit, maybe at the tail, and come through the hair. Okay, but you know, if you need to draw on a bunch of hairs and you don't have any brows, hardly at all, that might not be your love, okay? But for me, I still like it. I think that this brightener, this color correcting eye brightener, actually made the concealer look better. And I think it made it stay on longer. That's almost like a drink of water for under your eyes. So if your eyes are dry, you're probably gonna like this under your concealer to help your concealer look better. I think that the eye that I put the concealer on top of it over, it did hang on to the concealer and make it look better. On the new Maybelline Superstay Tint, it's got vitamin C derivative in it, so it's supposed to help your skin as time goes by. I used the Maybelline Fit Me over the top of it. I think that it did pretty good. This really is a foundation I have to set with a powder. It's just too dewy and slides all over the place if I don't. I know that because I did it. I couldn't stand it. It just won't stay put and it won't stay for the rest of the day unless I set it. So I give this a thumbs up as well. If you are a Maybelline kind of girl and you want to make your skin look a little bit more luminous and possibly have a little bit of skincare in there with it, here you go. And this NYX Lingerie XXL. At this point, I can almost tell you, unless they changed, that if I had to exist solely at the drugstore, I would pick everything from NYX and e.l.f. I absolutely love this. It's been a good hour and a half. It doesn't do that thing like the L'Oreal one that I just did. Remember how my lips stuck together and it had that sticky feeling? I can't feel this is on my mouth. NYX Lingerie XXL doesn't come off on my cups, and I think that this is absolutely a beautiful feel and a beautiful look. Love this. Tell me below if you tried any of these products. What do you think of them? And I want to let you know that you are the best part of the Fritzy family, and that if you are not having a blessed day, the way you can get one is to go be a blessing to somebody else. And until next time, love you, see ya. Bye. And I'm out.
We're gonna put on this Urban Decay. It's Urban Decay. I bought the new liquid silk putty bronzer. I bought the bronzer, like a flavor. But that was a mouth fart. But we can do those with a Sunday for some, what? Chicken? Sunday chicken. Yeah, that sounds good. Persuasion did it. Okay, well, first of all, let's not put shadow on our glasses, and this is not a mirror. Maybe. PETA. Well, I hope this works out with the sun. Hey, PETA, look at me. Hello. Let's look and make sure. Que sera, sera. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. This is the putter. When I talk about people to Laura Mercier, they... What? Wait, no. Winner, chicken dinner. Because it didn't do anything catastrophic. It didn't do anything catastrophic, but it's really emollient.